And when I was listening to the story, I wasn't hearing what happened to the Native Americans. Even though I felt bad at what they did to them, I was able to begin to start formulating the vision of, whoa, that's an all too familiar story. People that don't know their language, don't know their history, don't know their own customs and culture. I said, okay. So then I had to ask the question, okay, well, why didn't they kill us and they killed them? And at first, ego is a crazy thing. You let that ego get in your way sometimes, you'll fool yourself and do a lot of damage. Because if we stronger than them, they couldn't get rid of us. When they came to this country, they decided they wanted it and they were going to exterminate the people that were here. They went and got us because they was exterminating them. So the reason they went to get us in Africa was to come do the work for them here and use our people resources. Well, you can't take our people resources and kill us at the same time. Not in our entirety. That's why, then they went back into Africa doing colonialism. Why didn't they exterminate it? Because they needed us to get the stuff out of the ground for them. They didn't have the machines and all the stuff they got now. Why hadn't they killed us like they did the Native Americans? Real simple. Because they didn't want the same thing from us at that time. Which means we got to realize when our time that they no longer need anything from us comes up, then we got to look at what they done to the Native Americans, realize, okay, it's crunch time now. We're not going to get away with getting enslaved again and then getting out and fighting, but that ain't going to happen again because they don't have the same needs no more. Now they want us dead because they can replace us. Now they say we can go to Africa. Instead of stealing the resources, why don't we just move to Africa? They got the cure for malaria now. They couldn't move into Central Africa before. With all the vegetation in the world. But now you go to Central Africa, man, you drop a seed, and by accident something gonna grow. I mean, it's so fertile, it's like you ain't never seen nothing like this. You go to places in Ethiopia and Ghana, and you see some of the fertility, and you like, it's so green, you ain't never seen that much green. So now, like the Native Americans, who was sitting there with all the wealth of the world, but didn't have the mentality to know that they were dealing with a demon, that you better kill them before they kill you. And they could have won, but they didn't know what they were dealing with. We're the first race of people, the first group of people in the face, in the history of this world, who have a precedent to look at in history of other groups getting exterminated. How it happened. They can study it and avoid it. I'm going to say it again. Every other race in the history of the world had to deal with a situation that they had no precedent of. They never seen it before, didn't know what was coming. We're the first race of people that can look and say, this is what the whites do, and this is how they do it. And this is where we are on the pecking chain. And we can look at what worked yesterday and what didn't work, and we can actually avoid being wiped out. Nobody else got that chance. They all gone. Our Tasmanian sisters and brothers, dead. The red man, dead. Groups of Asians, dead. Whole groups in Africa that we'll never know existed, dead. Anywhere they've gone and wanted to get rid of somebody, they dead. They don't have no chance. We're the first race of people that can heed a word and a message and stop trying to love everybody and love ourselves and look at our enemy for what they are and prepare a battle strategy to survive on planet Earth.